I mean, Macer's here coming off of a hot streak, right? He finished first in the Contenders Cash Cup 2 days ago, and only 19th in the reboot round, but still top 20 out of the reboot round now with the best of the best of solos in the EU region. Just worldwide here. Let's see, though. Noah is trying to take this fight right now. He is pressuring from up above here. Things are kind of intense right now. And I'm not sure if you guys noticed, but Leshy was also taken out in the elimination feed. So from tearing things up in Lazy Lake earlier, he's going to fall now. Back into the battle, and Noah's jumping in, trading the shots right now. He does have a reboot card, or the agency card, the Volt card, and yes, he's gonna find Kezix right here. So somehow, some way, sneaks away with all of Sky's loot, finds a player on the island, and wins that engagement. It's Mitra who's close by, though, who's cutting out of the shark, being that he couldn't get the goods from there. It's just a guaranteed mythic weapon, right? It's a guaranteed kind of loadout booster here. You can see that damage carries down range. 2 shots right there at 80 kind of pop there. So you know this player guarantee is now in a kind of a precarious situation, right? He's forced to burn up some of the prestigious shields so early in the round here. Using the SMG, though, is going to find some white shots. So that's going to be a key indicator to get the push in here now. That's the shield crack. He's got everything he needs here. That means this guy only had minis prior to this battle, and now, boom, he goes. He takes the wall, he takes the ramp, good piece control, finds the 2 tacks, and now Carton, it's taken out the game. And that, just like that, the Meows's rifle shows how fast you can set up the battle. 80 damage to kick things off.
We do see opportunity here for a 3-fight here between Marcus and Cammy. And Marcus is going to do the thing that we've been seeing, this strategy in solos, this ambush, using the crouch, gets a nice tag to open up this engagement. You mentioned a little bit, professionals don't need a lot of tags or hits, or they don't need to see the white numbers to get the green light. But I think oh my goodness, leaves his backside exposed. I was gonna say Marcus is choosing to disengage, and they said, no, you're not gonna get away from me. How dare you? The vendetta from the Marcus's opponent is so strong, Monster. The egos, you know, you tag me, I'm gonna come get you.
That's right, that heavy sniper really swinging things back in the opponent's favor here. Marcus is on the run, though, and he's kind of regretting taking the push here. This enemy has to be kind of nervous, though, or wary. He doesn't realize that Marcus already floppered up, and that's the kind of mistake that you make. This meta right now, the Chapter 2 specifically, floppers, fish, they play such a key kind of game in the PvP and battle. Players can just close the gap, right? Like, you get tagged here, and all of a sudden, you think they're low, but not really. They managed to heal up so quick. So Marcus in another fair fight, because both of these players no longer have shields. Never mind that. Marcus is going to go ahead and take the lead on that one here. Now he has 3 floppers just off of the previous elim now. But little did you know, Taysom's going to be the aggressor right here, even with the no shield. This fight might be drawn out a little too long. I'm sure he's down to his final bandaged bazooka shots here now. So the clock is ticking. The storm is the biggest pressure. What is Marcus going to do, though? He needs the big shot. One shot is going to let him know that he also has the advantage. But no, instead he gets tagged first. That's probably one more shot now. Here, Marcus tries to go for height. Good ramp overhead, though. Taysom taking good control of the fight. Like we said, it's just dragging out now. Marcus does not have any more shields left, but he does still have a flopper, and he still has 2 med kits. Okay, still has the med kit, so he still does have heals. He hasn't landed a single shot. He doesn't know how weak Taysom is yet. And because of that hesitation, Taysom, with the aggression, is going to win the exchange.
I like the aggressiveness from Tay, able to get that, and here is some aggressive play right now. Noah, the one with Sky's loadout, doing the best. You're going to have to protect it. I know you want to take some early fights, but he's going to stay aggressive. Has the confidence with this loadout here on the back foot, as they say, only down to 61 HP. It's all gonna happen right here. The third party's here. There's 5 people in this fight here, Monster.
This is definitely a stacked area. We saw Matzo here, and never mind, Matzo's now taken out. We knew he was one of the weaker ones in the fight now. Noah has been just, you know, trying to get away with all the gear that he stole from the shark, right? The grappler, the mythic rifle, and
even in pubs, that's kind of a scary situation, as we see Mr. Savage in a scary situation himself. Chapix now with the advantage. Savage with no kind of heals except a shield to his name. It's gonna have to get this quickly, because now he's taking some storm hits right now. It's a passive damage, and that is not a passive damage. That's a very aggressive damage from Chapix, and that's a big time name to add to your, I guess, the side of your plane there, Monster. A champion in his own right. We're seeing champion versus champions all across the board. And look at that, just waits, knowing that this player is going to try to get inside his box, gives him the L dance, hard find. No doubt it's going to have a hard time sitting in that lobby, knowing that he just got L dance on there, Monster.
That's right. I mean, hard find fell there. In the feed, we saw Tayson finally catch Red Rush as well. So it seems like Red Rush couldn't get it away from Tayson at all. So sometime soon. Talked about Mitro briefly coming in as someone who might be on the storm line, and he is. He's somewhere now fighting in a box fight here, and it's not going to be successful for him. This is the second time now Mitro's fallen in the mid game. Mitro is someone who does tend to tilt when things don't go in his favor. It's a game of mentality.
I mean, what do they say? Look at this map right here. I mean, there's not really a big congestion. I do see the north side, of course, a lot more. I mean, the northeast is going to be congested. South players are going to have a...
And again, this is the problem with the woods, is the fact that the lines of sights are not all there. So trying to get the lobby to kind of focus in on someone like this is kind of unprecedented, but it's happening right now. It's kind of inevitable with how many are here. Janus is looking to push all the way through. What's Janus going to do? He's got to kind of inch his way on up. Yeah, he wants this loot right now. That pressure. Ooh. He is going to find it. Sebi who falls now. And he manages to squeak it all up. He scrapes it all up, puts it on his plate, and kind of bounces back to what was his old builds here. All built in metal too, so.
Kind of gliding into zone.
I remember earlier we tuned in. Snappy was using that pistol on Chapix. He's been in a tight situation, not only loot-wise, but just like in general resource-wise as well. This was such a clutch elim for him. He needed this so bad to kind of keep him relevant right now, and that was a refresher. And I like how he played it. He kind of made height tempting for players to land on, so he forced players to come to him, even with a little bit of height. No one can, you know, kind of looking at the fight if you're this high in on half and half out. So just a strategy you guys might want to think about employing if you find yourself in this situation. But it's Drop who has the high ground now in half and half out. This is Mr. Savage's duo from the FNCS kind of track, right? And that's someone who's trying to find his identity now as a solo player, making it this far in his own, proving that he is one of the greatest players out there, and you have to respect him. I still see Benji in the feed. I see Wolfies. I see Kiriashi, who's way down in the feed right now, who has to step it up. Players like Nate, who just came in from the reboot round, who are also looking to prove themselves against the best of the best.
And Moraine is in this as well. He's just right underneath this entire situation here. Moraine coming in from DreamHack Sweden, you know, the champion, coming in hot. So this is where it's going to be interesting to see. You know, this is one of the big major solo tournaments ever since World Cup, right? It's kind of insane to see everybody on the grand stage here doing what they do best. And that's Benji doing what he does best. And like I said, his rotations, he likes to go on the outer edge and he likes to go up as much as possible. Now he's going to look for some loot, free loot here, using that harpoon, no doubt looking for some sort of heals their monster, because that is the only missing ingredient for his key to success.
Yeah, not only that, he needs resources too. His ammunition is starting to dwindle here now, but Benji doing what he does best, rotating early, staying ahead of the pack, looking back at the zone, trying to find opportunity. There's a player right above him who's let his guard down, and no, he just so happens to move in. That's going to be a free way to skate on up, and height is his, but the fight is his. More importantly, he needs this battle right now. Trying to get in here. This player still has a little bit of room. He's on the run, but you can't run too far from Benji. Will Benji find it? He is. It's Lyzen who he was hunting down, the controller, console track, invitational kind of person, right? He qualified through playing through that, and Benji's on fire right now. One Elam still has the minis. Finally, a moment now to pop them. More. Just to get a couple tags, he jumps to the box, and no, Benji gets taken out. Gets too aggressive there.
He gets too aggressive. Tiago gets out from one of the best players in the lobby, and we're taking a look at the overall chaos that's happening. And Snappy sitting right there, kind of parking himself right on top of someone's tunnel there. It's a great strat, especially when you're gonna fly right over, getting yourself to the front side of it, taking a look at the feed. Big names going down. Mongrel still in this. Tayson still in this fight. 42 points here for Snappy, and he's looking to get more right there. See some fresh builds, trying to break it. And now he sees someone using that bandage bazooka, and that's usually the audio cue to say, it's time for me to attack Monster.
That's right, and he's using that shotgun as a wall buster to really soften up the build so he can find opportunity. And talking about it, he finds some soft builds here with the wood, and he just starts pulling up all kinds of loot. Nate's gonna fall there. Mobile player, he actually catches 2 for 1. The big special right there. There's another player on height. Snappy is being focused now. He has to decide to go down, and yes, he is going to jump down. He doesn't want to be on that kind of focus level here. Trying to Pulling some gear from the zone, sees someone back there. It's someone with a grappler. He finds it. It's a Nos. And now a Nos falls, and the grappler's his. This is his moment to swing things around and take height with a little bit of material that he has. It's do or die. It's the situation to be made, and he does. He goes up. He has high ground. Not a lot of material to hold it, but just enough ammunition to continue to pressure down the lobby here, Sancho. He can take this game with a textbook victory now.
Textbook victory. Milan with the big hit as well, and Delix goes down. Clement is still alive. It's Milan. Clement, and we have Snappy on the high ground, getting that mega power grappler right there, and Meowscles pew pew, the loudest pew pew right now in the lobby. It's coming from high ground. Milan doing his best to protect himself, but that wall buster catches Clement on the low. It's a 1v1 situation. Can the power of the pew pew up top destroy Milan on the low? The low ground peaks are going to be a key factor here. Monster Zappy doing his best. Out comes the harpoon. It's part 2 again of the harpoon. It's time to shine.
He has to hit the shot right here. Milan is going to whiff that first pump shot, a big one, but he hits the second one, making up for lost time here. Now using his zone so beautifully in the right-hand peak. Textbook from Milan on the low ground peaks.
Was in fact Queasy, but now taking a look at the standings, Snappy has actually taken first place at 73 points, with Wolfies and Milan and Queasy not that far behind.